What's up, everybody? All right, we're gonna have menagerie of backing shenanigans, I guess I would call it. This is at the Flying J in North Platte, Nebraska. This was about a week or so ago. Just some of the crap that went on here. It's just kind of a demonstration of how much of a cluster it can be trying to even get into parking at certain times of day at truck stops, and also you get some more. Uh, some of the stupidity that happens too. Like this guy here, yeah, you see backing in right now. There were probably like a good five or so spots in a row, 5 or 6 spots in a row, right where he's at, and he's right in the middle of it. We're mostly sort of in the middle of it. That he had room to work with. All he had to do was just chase the trailer anywhere into that area, and then reset himself after he's already back in there. But he made this look a hell of a lot harder than it really needed to be. So this is one of those cases. If you have the space to work with, use it. Don't be afraid um, to get the trailer all the way back in there first. Even if it's not in the spot you want it in, you get it back there, and then you can reset after it's when you have a lot more room to work with for your tractor, right? All right, so moving on, we got this guy here driving on the wrong side of the lane. The reason why it's the wrong side of the lane is because we try to set up sight side backings. All right, so he's right there. He's going to block my path. I'm not going to budge on that. I'll sit there as long as I have to. You will be the one moving if you try to do that shit to me, which is exactly what happened there. I made him move first. And same with this guy. Get on the left side of the damn lane. This isn't the freaking highway. When you try to set up side backings, we need to be on the left side of the lane. And if you try to force us to go around, then you're going to completely demolish our setups. You're going to make it a lot harder to set up for a backing if you allow someone to do that to you, or if you force someone else to do that. All right. Now we got this mess here. This guy coming around the corner at the same time I'm trying to set up for my backing. He didn't want to budge, so I was like, you know what? I got 3 spots here I can work with. So let's just go ahead and get it done with what we have here. Just get out of the way as quickly as I can, and as quickly and safely as I can with what space is available to work with, and got it done. Now we got some other shenanigans here. As you see, I did accelerate it. This guy didn't really do a bad job, actually. He did a pretty decent job getting into his spot. It's what comes after him here in a minute. Particularly involving the Sea of England pods driver and the guy who backed into the spot right before Sea of England tried to get into his spot. And there's some stuff here I can teach you guys, right? So this guy you just saw there was the one I'm talking about. He's the one who did a really boneheaded thing here a little bit later. Okay, he gets into the spot. The back end itself wasn't a big deal. It's when Sea of England's trying to get into the spot next to him where the problem lies. And you will see that here in a minute. Also, a general rule, if you can, let people back in, and then if they have to reset first, let them reset. Don't go trying to drive by them and hold them up from getting reset if possible. Or if you're gonna go by them, try to do it while they're actively backing up, so you guys can both go about your business and not be in either of the other person's way. If you're waiting too long, just stay where you're at. Now, see, you might have seen there that Sea of England here is going to try to go by, but the other guy is not done resetting yet. All right, now, that was just a minute ago. Now, Sea of England's going to try to back into the spot next to the guy you just saw backing in the white Volvo. And got two problems here, right? So first, if you try to force the trailer in there at a bad angle like this, there's a better chance the guy on your blind side is going to get hit. Now, the guy on the blind side did not help the situation here either. He did something extremely stupid, in my opinion here, and you're going to see him pull out of his spot in a second. And I know his logic is he doesn't want to get hit by Sea of England, so stupidly he pulls forward to try to prevent his tractor from getting hit by Sea of England. But problem is now you're creating a bigger problem for Sea of England there because, where Sea of England could be out in front of your spot, even into your, like in front of your spot, but not actually hitting you. Now you're putting him in a position where if he swings a little bit too wide from his spot, something's going to get hit no matter what, whether it's your tractor or your trailer. Stay back in your... Anyway, stay in the middle of your spot. Don't try to... don't park so you're right on top of the line on the driver's side of your spot. That's a really common mistake that gets made. I made that mistake a lot myself as a rookie, and I see a lot of people do it out here. And what happens is you make yourself a really easy target when that does happen. So stay clear. Stay in the middle as much as you can and make it easy for other drivers to back into spots. Go as far back into the spot as you can, but don't encroach into the spot behind yours if you're in a back-to-back spot. That's another mistake that a lot of drivers make. A huge number of drivers mistake. Experienced and new alike. Because they don't pay any attention to the mirror. All they do is pay attention to the line at the front of their spot and try to line the front of their tractor up with it, or they line their doors up with the doors on the truck that's next to them. But they might have a different size trailer. They might have a different wheelbase on their tractor. Don't use the truck next to yours. You guys, that's not a smart way to be doing that. Also, like I always mention, aim your trailer for a spot out in front of your desired spot, not into it. As you saw there, the Sea of England driver, what his problem was, he was trying to guide the trailer straight into that gap there in between the Volvo driver and that blue KW or whatever it was. And that's how accidents can happen. If you aim the trailer for a spot out in front that's not in between those two tractors, maybe like about 5-10 feet out in front of them or whatever, and then rotate around that spot. And you'll get into the spots a lot safer more often than not, or a lot more often than not. Still got to watch out for places with more narrow parking spots, like the TA in Kingman is a good example of that. All right, so I did a lot of this in fast forward mode, obviously, because this would have been a lot longer. I don't need it to be extremely long. I just want something, somewhat remotely entertaining or something, and at least educational for those of you guys who aren't truckers, or those of you guys who want to become truckers or something, and want to get kind of a little bit of an insight into what a trucker's life is like. This is the kind of stuff that goes on at truck stops, right? So that's all I have, and watch for my next video. Probably be tomorrow. As you guys know, I try to post most of my videos at 5 a.m. Pacific time when I do. So I do expect that this one will be posted on Monday morning at 5 Pacific or 8 a.m. Eastern time. And my next delivery will hopefully be posted the following day at 5 a.m. Pacific. So watch for that, and see how that goes. All right, so we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.